Hey everybody, this is Brendan from Tailor Barber Studio. Today we're going to be doing a low bald fade with a curly messy top lined up with a little design part on the side. Using my Wahl magic clip, I debulked the sides before I took the video. I also tied the hair up at the top. Now with my blade closed on my Wahl magic clips, I'm shaving the sides down about 1 inch below where I stopped with a number 1. This part doesn't need to be perfect, but it helps for the next step. Now using my Renpho cordless outliners, I'm continuing to lower the sides down, taking the stubble as short and smooth as I can go. I'm careful not to go past where I went with the closed Wahl blade. This makes it easier for the next step and more comfortable for your client. Continuing to clean down the sides, going against the grain where I need to, and following the direction of the hair growth. Be careful not to go too high. Using my Babyliss foil shaver, I'm now shaving the sides down to the skin. I'm going right below where I went with a T-outliner. This is going to add some more depth to your fade and give it some longevity. It'll keep your client with a fresh haircut for a couple extra days, and they will appreciate that. Now, using my Wahl magic clips with no guard on, I'm blending the bald level into the number 1, adjusting the level of the blade, using different angles and corners of the blade for an effective blend. This is a very important part of a bald fade, as it's going to start to show the gradation between the levels. I want to make sure that there's a seamless blend going from the bald area into the number 1 area, meaning no lines, no dark spots. I spend a lot of time on this level because it does make a difference. As you can see, I'm using a scooping method once I get into the darker hair. I'm not going flat against the skin. This will help you blend by not taking it up too high. I'm now using the clipper over comb technique to blend the number 1 into the sides. This is a little more advanced technique that I'll touch on in another video. Using my Babyliss Skeleton FX, I start to line the hair up in the middle of the forehead, defining the natural hairline. I want the hairline to be sharp and defined without going too deep into where it is naturally. I'm going slow and steady with this, making sure it looks really nice. I want to make sure I get all the hair off of the forehead. Sometimes there's some peach fuzz, sometimes there's some little stragglers. Getting rid of all that makes for a really clean look. As I go around the arches, I'm using the corner of the blade to make a nice round look of a C cup. Onto the next side of the haircut. I'm trying to match it up with the first side that I did. Although it doesn't need to be perfect, it should look even and defined. And again, remember to get any hair off the forehead. It's going to make for a much cleaner look. As you can see, I'm just using the corner of the blade to start off that C-cup, that arch. I'm making sure that both sides are looking even. Feel free to spend some time on this part because this is going to be the first part of your haircut that your client's going to see. I'm very meticulous when I'm doing this part of the haircut. I'm adding a simple line design. I visualize what I want to put and start with a rough draft. Then I go back and define the design, using the clipper on the top and the bottom of the lines. As you can see with this one, I'm following the natural shape of the head in order to complement the haircut. You can do anything you want with a design. And that's the fun part about it. Don't forget to do both sides of the design. As you can see, I'm touching on the bottom area of it. Maybe I'll do a video later on just strictly on a design part, a simple design like that. Now to finish the haircut, I'm using the straight razor on the hairline and the design. This further designs the hairline and adds longer life to the haircut. Remember to stretch the skin and be very precise. I'm not using any shaving gel or shaving cream in this one because I've already cut the hair down to a very short length. I'm not applying very much pressure, and as you can see, my client's pretty comfortable still. But always remember to stretch the skin and never go sideways with the blade. See how nice and defined that looks? And remember to go all the way around. Don't leave any part untouched with a razor, unless there are some pimples or imperfections in the skin. I'm using the razor to define the design. And again, this is going to give it a much cleaner look. The lines are going to be straighter. And it's going to add some life to your haircut. So now this is the final product. We have a low bald fade with a design part. The top is curly and messy. So these are the tools that I used. I'll put a description in the